Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Miyogi, and welcome back to some more of Shutokou Battle X Import Tuner Challenge. It kind of feels completely different now that we do not have Daiki's Fair Lady Z welcoming us whenever we start these Let's Plays. Not that I dislike Seiji, okay? He is a very, the story that I have for Seiji is actually fleshed out, but in terms of appearances, he is pretty underdeveloped. I'm sure you guys don't appreciate him as much as you guys appreciate Daiki, and I get that and I understand that, but hey, I gotta move forward with the plot somehow, and when I say that Daiki's arc, at least for this Let's Play, is done, it is done. Because, like I have been mentioning in the past previous episodes, if, say, the story of Import Tuner Challenge was canon in the Speed Legend lore, not as a fan-made thing, but as its original IP, and let us assume that Tokyo Extreme Racer 2025 did not happen, I would actually really intend on making the story of ITC be the bridge to Seiji's own dedicated story, which is Fujin Tsuchiya Chronicles. Again, if you want to read through the scripts that I have developed, it still needs to go through some revisions. Just join our Discord server and ask around for people, and probably me if I am in the mood, to link you guys to the Fujin scripts that I have created. A few characters or one character that needs to be removed, which kind of also affects some of the episodes, so I still have to revamp it if I get the time. I'm a very busy man. I have a day job that kind of eats up sometimes up until night. I have a special someone that I am tandeming with. I will not divulge, or else that relationship is kind of over if I do. And lastly, I got some other plans with some IRL friends that are coming in along, and I have to prepare for them. One of them being Gundam building, the other one being cosplay. But yeah, so I've tried to make some time on this one and finally close the book. Hopefully, come to close the book on this Let's Play that I have zero knowledge about other than watching some people play it out, and now here I am experiencing it for myself, ergo ITC. And probably when I'm done with this, we're gonna continue on with TXR 2025 as hopefully scheduled as my next Let's Play. But that's it from me. I've been rambling around for roughly 3 minutes or so when it comes to IDHS. Let's go back to the main focus of this Let's Play, which is what happened last time here on ITC. And well, as you can see, we are 90% done with the game all in all. No more Wanderers to go through. Every Wanderer is out. We're just dealing with some remaining people here and some remaining bosses. What we're going to tackle today is that we're going to be tackling Knife and Fork and try our best around to get through the Shinkanjo. Our next boss targets would be D3, the Rook, Bishop, Knight, and Crimson Devil. I've already prepared the special soundtrack that I mentioned. It turned out to be a pretty good cover. I don't want to use the official as much as I want to use the official, but I will see what I would cook up when I start to do so. I am reserving White Charisma and Speed King on the next and final episode. I got some preparations to go through on that one. Okay, so it says Shibuya Line. Did I get that right? Shibuya Line? Shibuya Line. So we're gonna focus on Shibuya Line and then focus on Shinkanjo right after. And from here on out, we're no longer changing characters here. It's strictly with Seiji. But actually, what I wanted to do before we enter Shibuya Line, we have to go to the Shibuya parking area. Let's see if there are any remaining dialogues that we could actually go over on. Oh, I honestly thought that when we finished Phantom 9 and all the Wanderers, there's no more. It turns out there are a bit of a couple of there, so we would still do some frequent visits to the PA. So I got Tadayuki Kitano and Sayuri Shirakawa. Hey, Since when has there been a driving school on these streets? Look at this street racer who not only weaves all over the place but keeps crashing into walls and other drivers to boot. That wasn't you, was it? If it was, you'll get yourself a special kind of handle for your trouble.
The other day, I went to a club where I was surprised to meet a guy who said he races the metro together with his protege. I hope we could meet up out there sometime.
For what reasons, ma'am? And in terms of rivals, we have no rival left in the parking area, unfortunately. All our remaining rivals will be out on the streets as per TXR tradition. So at this point, anyone that is blue is a remaining team player. And, well, no more special circumstances. It's a very straightforward part here. So the first one we tackle is 4-star driver of Knife and Forks. If you know much of your TXR lore, you're pretty much well aware that Knife and Forks was a low-tier team. Seeing them in Endgame kinda feels very, very weird and very, very off. Not that I have anything against that, it just feels weird. Like normally the team that I would be expecting for Endgame would be somewhere along the lines of Infinity and Speedmaster. But there is no sign of either of the two. Also, better part of this part of the Let's Play, no more time attack battles, hurrah! Next one is Red Tablecloth. I kinda mistook his S15 for an S14. And the other two are just around there. Now, if only I could turn around. Also, this way we get to go over any and all dialogues. Also, I'm trying to do is, whenever we go out, we move on to the next time of day. So we did night now, we're gonna do midnight next. Because sometimes the dialogues and the PAs are kinda locked with the time of day. I mean time of night. So if you are after getting all fluff dialogue in ITC, I'm pretty sure there is a lot. That's the process that we need to go through. So okay, so none in midnight. I thought I was in nighttime. Alright, so time to go out and face off against the next Knife and Forks members. We got two on the line. First is an RX-8. Twilight a la mode. Yeah, Knife and Forks, if you guys are unaware in terms of their team lore, I believe the team leader is an owner of a restaurant that is frequented by a lot of highway racers. And probably, I could be wrong on this, their teammates, the entire rest of the team, they all work at the said restaurant. And funny enough, their handles, their bad names, are based on terminologies for cooking. If not cooking, food. If not food, tableware. Anything that has to do with the restaurant business. Ow. I killed the man. Next is Gold Curry Sauce. And we have one rival left out there. This time we're gonna go to the outer. I'm actually also kind of curious, would we be able to spot Melancholy Angel if ever she is around Shinjuku? Is there a possibility? The only way to find out is if we do enter Shinjuku and spot if she would be. And let's see if the rivals here are the rivals we have faced, or it could be from previous chapters of the story. Oh, speak of the devil! I mean the angel! So she is just roaming around the streets. Well, we kind of did her a bit of an unfair thing by taking her out of her territory. So let's see how she performs within the bounds of Shinjuku. Okay, not bad. She's basically the only challenge you got here. Can't judge fully yet, but at least we know no loser can. No. No loser's kinda good, unless you already start overtaking him. Melancholy Angel, however, really matches her pace. Yep, even when she is chasing, she kinda does match your pace. Whoa! My suspension's being sussy. And then it turns out Melancholy Angel's one weakness. Oh no, my one weakness, the city streets. Whoa! Almost made it clean. Oh yeah, given my high horsepower rating, my gear 1 is very weak, very botched, very slow. DA, speed limit! Oh, no loser is still around. Okay, not bad. We might actually loop the Shinjuku line thanks to Melancholy Angel. Also, I kinda need to adjust a bit on the tuning on this Evo. Or maybe until I've actually unlocked the better upgrades, which I think I have yet to unlock. Alright, that was long. Not gonna lie. DA's Melancholy Angel's run is a matter of endurance. It contrasts against her character lore, especially if your car's equally matched to theirs. Wait! Is this? You are from Urban Stars. You're from the previous chapter. You're not no loser. Okay, so there is a mix. Some from the previous chapter, some from the current one. We found DA, we found someone from No Loser, and now we found someone from Urban Stars. And then suddenly, because it was after Phantom 9, they suddenly got a power boost. Why? Okay, this way we can just travel our way back to Shinjuku line. I mean Shibuya line. Now there should be somebody the moment I enter Shibuya. God damn it! You're on the opposite side. Why? Come on, man! Why are you on the opposite side? Oh, Snake Eyes is here again. Daybreak must be his favorite. Oh, so we got two: Toru Ichikawa and Mitsuru Kamimura.
I have no problem going fast at the metro, but I can't stand roller coasters and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have no control over their direction or speed, or because I'm afraid of heights. Man, just thinking about it gives me the shakes.
Then stay away from Speed Coaster.
What kind of music do you listen when you race the Metro Expressway? I listen to Eurobeat and nothing but "Hey, it's a boy!" You can get into an even better groove when you listen to your favorite music as you race. But you need to be careful if you're listening to something up-tempo, because you could speed up without realizing it, and that could cause trouble.
Well, as long as it's not Space Boy, it's not Night of Fire, it's not Deja Vu, it's not Forever Sad. I mean, like the mainstream ones that keeps playing over and over because of the arcades? Nah. I'm still actually in the hunt of trying to find some really good underrated ones. And I finally found some from Nuage and David Dima. Alright, next we got is Roman Conti from Yokohama. Ooh, the backfire though. And then probably after Romani Conti, we got one last one, and then we face off against the team leader, and then D3. Oh, we kind of need to pass them. Is that another Z? Oh my god, it actually is another Z. Table manners. So there are two identical Zs in Knife and Forks? Okay, this one has pretty good acceleration compared to the other 350Z. Okay, you know what? You lead. I'm scared. I made a terrible mistake. Or did I? Nope, not taking it to Shibuya. We're doing a C1 loop. I know your team leader is gonna come out next. Wait, what's a no-loser guy doing in C1? Oh no, wait, I have a stupid idea. What if I take it to Shinkanjo? Oh, it's another Z. Knife and Fork's leader is in a 350Z. Why does the back look awfully familiar, looking like Daiki's? Oh, with the bolt-on fenders though. Nice. Just gotta pull away a bit. That way I can set up the matchup. Okay. Invincible meal. So that's what happened to Infinity. I'm kidding. Alright, his SP is halfway. Just gotta nudge him to the right. I mean to the left. Into Mukojima. And then the dumbass enters C1. Please don't. Alright, that's Knife and Forks down. And enters the first of D3. That engine tone of the Supra scares me. Hold up, why does this Supra sound like an EV? I kid you not, it sounds like an EV. Okay, he kinda choked there on the S-curves, but the Bishop would be my bigger problem because it's gonna be a high-speed stage. And in old true TXR3 fashion for D3, I gotta make sure my SP is as high as possible. Yeah, this next part's gonna be a problem. Oh, 10 mil. But next. Oh no, it broke. We didn't see the animation. My god, the thing broke. Now I have to rebattle everyone again. I should have saved when I did the other two. However, I'm wondering, will it fix if I race against the knight? Why, of all the rivals, it has to be the Bishop where it bugs out? Wrong label, bro! That's the knight! How come that the UI says bishop? Seriously, why does this Supra sound like an EV? Oh yeah, the knight is more powerful than the other two. Whoa, what happened to my engine? Why did I stall? From what I've noticed, we're kind of equally matched. Whoa, that was a cool looking FD. So far, I still put Melancholic Angel as the higher tier among the sub-bosses of this final chapter. Oh wow! I am surprised we actually survived that, not because it's hard, but rather the fact that it bugged out on the bishop. So we got the rook, the bishop, and the knight available with cooling module level S, suspension level S, and brake level S. This is a lot, buddy! Too much! Too much novelties! But I do need the suspension though. No clutch level S yet, but I need the suspension level S. Finally, some weight reduction. Brake level S as well, which puts it down under the same body weight as that of stock. Body tune level S, yes please. That drops down my weight reduction immensely. That should also help with my handling. Okay. Before we actually go out, let's actually check the profile of D3 and Knife and Forks. Knife and Forks, a team assembled by the owner of the French restaurant La Liberté and his employees. I knew it. They are particular about driving manners as well as table manners and always try to drive politely, which has earned them the favor with other racers. The fact that everyone knows and works with everyone else has been both good and bad for the team. Invincible Meal has been working to correct it. And let's check the bios. Nice looking Z though. His restaurant La Liberté has expanded to 3 stores which plans to build in Nagoya and Osaka. Racers come to his main store all the time and living it up with car talk. Recently bought a Z33 he had his eyes on and has already worked on the engine and undercarriage with body tuning to be complete. All that remains is to drive during break times to finish the last settings. Given you're the owner, don't you not have a break? Table manners. Famous La Liberté Garcon. Explains dishes to car lovers using auto terms. One of his duties is to back up the owner when he carelessly sets up a battle. Although responsible for much of the team's success, he remains totally modest. Decided to buy a Z33 after witnessing its quality in his boss's car. Drives so chivalrously as to let those who try to pass him do so, as well as never blocking. Good on the guy. Romani Conti from Yokohama, a skilled waiter who works in La Liberté, has won a number of awards, knows much about cars as well as about wine. Picks out high-level racers at a glance and challenges them to battles. While a sedan in a sports car-themed team is usually considered heresy, his dynamic driving gets him compliments from his leader. Sometimes blocks trickily but will never drive recklessly. Gold curry sauce and his RX-8. In charge of the kitchen since La Liberté first opened. He has created a number of unique dishes, while training his tendency to make overly spicy foods after losing a battle as the owner at a loss. Hot-headed and devoted to winning, he refuses to change his front-loaded brake balance and maintains a solid grip racing. Set front springs to be soft for better turning. Okay, so he's a gripper. But why do you have to torture everyone with hot spicy kare? Twilight Alamo, the young pastry chef whose desserts have been called art. His artistic sense even carries through to his racing and causes his opponents to stare in spite of themselves. Dislikes reducing his ride height and his stagger when taking corner stands out. Also tends to forcefully enter his opponent's line, respected by his teammates for his outstanding overtaking ability. 4-star driver. Frenchie. Both his driving and cooking were subpar when he began working at La Liberté, but his skills have greatly improved and he is now essential as a Gold Curry Sauce's assistant. Currently dating Red Tablecloth and talking about getting married and opening their own place. Lowered his height to improve stability, toughen his springs, and prevents understeer by cornering slower. Bro is preparing for that married life. Red Tablecloth. Mommy, the one female in a restaurant full of men. The poster girl of course. The poster girl for La Liberté. She used to go out with Gold Curry Sauce but is now dating 4-star. Oh! Spicy! Once thought of becoming a chef, her new dream is to get married and have a family. By researching the best power balance for her car, she manages to get power above her car's specs. Drives without expending effort, not fast, but she is proud of her textbook perfect lines. Not bad, but that is some spicy! So now we know where Gold Curry Sauce gets the motivation to ruin everybody's meal. Right, next, D3. The Rook. He always looks sleepy, but changes abruptly when racing. There are a lot of believers in his racing theory. He examines any parts he uses carefully and does not tolerate any errors. He's reduced the weight as much as possible to help reduce sway and added twin turbos for quick acceleration. Isn't the A80 Supra already a twin turbo machine? He's small but strong and good at long races. What's small, him or the Supra? The Bishop. Food company worker, extremely confident. He's justified in saying he's the best. His car has multiple settings and is called Racing Art. It's got power and stability and matches the driver's tech. The body has been strengthened for hard driving and doesn't flutter even above 200 miles per hour. If he's left behind, he will chase down mentally corner the opponent. The Knight. Detective. Once a police... Wait, alright? Once a policeman, he is now a detective. They say the reason he is racing is related to a case which caused him to be chased by the police. He's considered the top technician from D3. He uses a carbon monocoque body to reduce weight. That kinda actually explains his acceleration. The engine's got good response and the suspension and rear spoiler give good grip, but the steering is tight and a little miss can cause an accident. Dragster. But I kinda like how his Supra is the most normal looking one, and it is the closest one we'd ever see to a Redux Supra here in ITC. Minus the LED taillights. And the better one to boot compared to whatever this is and whatever this looks like. Also, I kind of prefer their old liveries more than these Americanized knockoffs. Now that we're done with Shinjuku, we can now move on to Shinkanjo line. Which means our first stop, we got two. We'll try to go through Tatsumi PA first. Then the next one will be at Shibuya. Okay, so let's check in. That is a lot that I've missed out on. I was amazed to see hardly any racing teams from when I used to race the Metro. And I saw teams like our gang, Cupid's Arrows, and SS Limited out there, which made me feel better. It's been 3 long years since I last got out there.
Say, do you alter your gear ratios? I like using cross transmissions. What? You haven't heard of cross transmissions?
You meant close transmission, right?
They allow more efficient use of engine power by tightening up your gear ratios.
Yeah, close transmission.
If you don't know anything else, you need to know that. Now that means you have to spend more time and effort shifting gears. But I think it's cute watching drivers' hands fluttering around like that. There's this driver who's been pestering me lately to race him. And I can't talk to my boyfriend about it because he doesn't know that I borrow his car to come here. So I asked Speedbox, who's helped me out before, to help me out again if anything happens.
Oh, that explains the lore and requirement.
Heartbreak is nothing to me. Like, I'm used to it. That's why I've dedicated myself to street racing.
That's a sad statement.
When my boyfriend died, I was thrown for a loss. Finding this car has helped me get over it. Sometimes, when I drive down the new ring road, I feel as if he's still there.
Aww. There's a lot of women.
This guy I met at this mixer was a real piece of work. All I did was ask him why he stuck to driving only an A86, only to have him suddenly fly into a violent rage. I think he should work on his driving skills before he tries to get himself a girlfriend.
Oh! Ouch! Looks like another star and top leveler still going at it hammer and tongs. After all the time they've been racing on the Metro, you can't help but wonder when they'll finally have it out once and for all. That's not to say that anyone else who profanes their territory won't get the full treatment either, because I'm sure they will. Kinda late to the party, Tetsuya. I'm already done with them. Alright, first of the Shinkanjo targets is Running Blue Wave of Tokyo Jungle. Tokyo Jungle is very, like, OG from what I recall. Like, they're one of the first few teams in Stage 1 that you get to face off. Again, another case of seeing them in Endgame kind of feels very off. Oh yes, it handles way better now than before. And the lightened body makes it easier to hit 200. And I'm not even capping out. Unlike last time. Oh, nice positioning. Oh, we get to fight Freeway. I thought the other angle was for Freeway and this line is for Tokyo Jungle. So anyone that is not Tokyo Jungle or Freeway, we have to stay away from them, especially when we enter Ginza. Because that is like the merging point between C1 and Shinkanjo. So we got two... My voice cracked. So we got two guys left, at least here on the counterclockwise. And then we'll just do enough until we loop back to Tatsumi PA. Next is White Fox. Yeah, seeing 180 SXS in Endgame is very off-putting for me. It's like it's justifying to you, the player, that hey, you can take your Stage 1 car and take it all the way here, like these guys. But then again, these guys only spawned because Phantom 9 is gone. The only ones who are bold enough to stay around during the Phantom 9 arc are newcomers, new teams. We can at least take two more, I think. I'm seeing one there at Daiba. Oh, it's Freeway again. Oh no, it's the FD from earlier, so it's still Tokyo Jungle. Yeah, this guy's gonna be saltier by the time I'm done with him. Oh, we got someone from Freeway. If it's a GTR, you know it's Freeway. Oh, but a 34 though, for a grunt, feels pretty strong. Yeah, Freeway seems to be the actual Endgame Shinkanjo team. Look at that! Bro is flying! Great, we're passing by my checkpoint marker. Oh my god, bro choked. Oh, I just realized, no wonder he's good. That's Ultimate Killer. What a really strong OGs of Freeway. And there's another 34. Why am I seeing another 2 more? But we'll finish off Ultimate Killer and then head back. So first, let's check if there's any intel. Just one. Teramichi Nakajima. When history changes, it's a sure bet that there's someone in the shadows pulling the strings. Oh wait, I think I read his dialogue before. About being called a manipulator? Oh, it's the same 34 from last time. Crystal Knight. Yo, against a GTR, especially at the 34, we're equally matched. Bro really tried to pin me to a divider back there. Apparently the 34s are my only competition in a straight road. That begs the question though, who of the two am I going to face off against first? Will it be Tokyo Jungle or Freeway? I'm seeing 2 more at least. So let's see how far we could take it. Hopefully the next one is from Tokyo Jungle so that it will be balance things out. Okay, good, it is. Oh, a Hawkeye. Jet Black Hot Wind. I remember this guy being in a Bug Eye back in Zero. Tokyo Jungle was more prominently known back in Zero because of EO's lime green GC8. Would EO be using the same car though? Okay, still no team leader yet, so we're still not done with Tokyo Jungle. Maybe it's this last guy? Unless this last guy is from Freeway. Yeah, it's from Freeway. A 32, Silent Reviver. Yeah, he should go down easy. It's not a 34. Okay, that should take care of him. And we still got 2 more. Another black Hawkeye? B-Baller. And if anyone is ever curious, there is no slipstream here in Shutokou Battle X. Actually, this Hawkeye fares better than the previous Hawkeye from Jet Black Hot Wind. We're also gonna be passing by another 34. That is definitely Freeway. No one from Tokyo Jungle, as far as I know, ever uses a GTR. If that other one, if we're still not done, if that other one is a GTR, that means B-Baller here is already the last member, and the team leader of Tokyo Jungle should come out. I spoke too soon. Bro, EO is hardcore. He's stuck to the GC8. My guy. So these last 2 are from Freeway. Which means technically what I could do, I can bait him out. Yeah, 234 unboned. I could continue on with this endurance race, but we still need to see something from Daybreak. From the Shibuya parking area. Alright, that takes care of Tokyo Jungle. Let's head back and load up Daybreak. And here we are. Oh. Yep, kinda good that we came back here. I've been totally nocturnal since I started racing the Metro Expressway. I'd be dead if I didn't have flexi time where I work, no doubt about it.
At last, I found him. The guy who vanished 3 years ago, leaving me with his debts. A friend of mine says he spotted him cruising the Shinkanjo in his Subaru Impreza. Now I've got him. And I'll chase him to the ends of the earth in my Mazda RX-8.
You do that, girlfriend. Not sure whether I believe the story that Riverside Crow tells about building a chassis for Speed King. I mean, he customized my car too and it's pretty nice, I admit. But I wonder if the reason I can't go as fast as Speed King is because I'm just not as good a driver.
Snake Eyes and I go way back, but I've never seen him look so defeated before. Losing to you was a real shock to his system. But I know better than anyone that it'll take more than that before he'll quit the Metro.
Riverside Crow says that he customized Speed King's chassis, but I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, he makes some really fine chassis, but if I were Speed King, I wouldn't trust my car to someone so irresponsible. If it's true, then Speed King must have nerves of steel. Come on! Iwasaki has a good eye. Leave the boy alone. Okay, the final two. First is Silver Fox. Pretty much a skyline that kinda comes close to Yamazaki, but not really. Boom! GG easy! That is one dead 34 if ever I've seen one. Oh my god, what the heck was that? What is that? Now I'm afraid. I am Tasketekura scared. I don't want my race before the boss battle to bug out like this. Or I could just toughen it out. Or not! I'm saving! Just want to check at least as well on the nighttime. Oh, we got one. Masao Kobayashi. No matter how nice the weather is, it starts to rain when you wash your car, you know? What's up with that? I really want to move someplace with a covered carport. Yeah, why does it every time most of us decides to wash our cars, the next day or the next hour it starts raining? Orange Hat, from what I remember, used to be... I would say used to be in a 33, but I remember there was a 34 in Zero that is colored orange. At least it didn't crash and burn like the silver 34 last time. Ah, smooth turnaround Ginza. Just how I like it. Okay, I think that's the last one. Yep, the team leader appears. Freeway's team leader. Pale Comet in his blue 34. But why pale? I know in other iterations his name is Blue Comet. At least to distinguish him from Blue Speed of Another Star. Well, he kinda paled out there. But I'm taking this to Shinkanjo to prepare for my boss battle. And I have this really bad feeling that Pale Comet here is just an inherited title from somebody who used to be Blue Comet. Because this is not how I picture Pale Comet to be as slow as. And now the actual finale. Crimson Devil, and by the way, trivia, that is based on the Zeong from Mobile Suit Gundam. So finally, we get to face off against Char Aznable, the one cosplayer from the 12 Zodiacs, who, just like Speed King, ditched the 34 and switched to a Hawkeye. Yeah, that's a Hawkeye right there. My god, this is fast. Looks like Crimson Devil can now chase after the same post as Melancholy Angel for strong, fastest boss in the final chapter. I'm not gonna block you, bro. Show me true speed. Show me you can go 3 times faster as how everyone dictates you are. I want you to zoom by me, to zoom past me in the Wangan line. That's a funky looking exhaust system he has on his Hawkeye. Bro, why is Crimson Devil slowing down? We're basically equal. Boom! Kinda crashed out there. Didn't expect that to happen from Crimson Devil though. But I think I've seen enough. There's no way Crimson Devil's gonna chase back after all that lost speed. That crash should have ruined his hull. But that would be a good fine piece of material to see in replay. Just 10 million, alright. So let's actually at least see the replay of this. Also, if you notice, this Impreza, this Zeong Impreza, wow, nice camera angle. That Zeong Impreza only has 1 seat in the middle. Yeah, Seiji's Evo and Char's Zeong STI kinda equally matched on a straight road. Like, no one is above the other. But I would also say that among the Char iterations, this has got to be the goofiest of them all. Like, I get it, you need to do a Gundam reference, but this is like way over the top. Because back then in the 34, it was very simple. Like, modify the front grille of the 34 to look like a Zaku. Put a horn on the hood to make it look like the Gelgug. But this is a complete overhaul for just an Impreza. I want to see what camera angle they took on the crash. Ow! Shame it was black and white. That could have been good. Wait, my pro tag wears glasses? My pro tag wears glasses, huh? I mean, he has the spiky hair, protagonist material, but glasses? Really? I did not expect that. And there's where it ended. Kinda fitting. And it's almost like a full lap because we're already here at the Shibuya parking area too. But of course, in true fashion of the final chapter, we get thrown back into the parking area. Which kinda leaves us now with one last territory. So Crimson Devil's available, Freeway's available sticker, Crimson Devil stickers available. Save first before I dictate what I'm gonna do next. So, now, wait, before we actually do that. Before we end, let's actually go through the bio of the team for Freeway and then for Crimson Devil. Let's just only look at the team leader this time. Pale Comet. Appears on TV thanks to his actor father. After recording his show, he will sneak out and head for the metro in his beloved car. Discouraged because his prediction accuracy percentage is worse than his victory one. Intimate with a fellow TV rival from his station, they often go out racing together. His car's tuned like a pro's and his body is light, but the brakes have been neglected. Yeah, kinda shows on the final battle that I've had against Pale Comet. Kinda disappointing, really. But let's actually go to Crimson Devil's bio. Jesus Christ, look at that interior, man! It really is the Zeong! But why is it red? Oh yeah, right, Crimson. But it's not meant to be red. The Zeong is not red. Raito Miyakawa. Job, mobile suit pilot. Formerly one of the 12 Zodiacs, he's been around a long time and knows everyone. He's focused on power and wants to stand out. On the other hand, he's not arrogant with his popularity. He's got a great memory and remembers the face of everyone he's ever battled. When racing a car with the same specs, he lets it go first and then chases it down. He enjoys scaring his opponents. But here's the thing. Wait. I'm reading something at the side. So it says shooting down on the door. And that's the charged particle beam from the Zeong. I love the deep dish wheels though. Those are the fingers on the rear fender. Why do you choose this one? It's only for show. Grand Poobah understands nothing. What? Char never said that. But before we actually end, let us actually go to the shop. If I am right, if my hunch is right, we get a variation. Yeah, we get a variation of Crimson Devil. The actual colors of the Zeong. This is the real Zeong, guys. This is the actual lore-accurate colors of the actual mobile suit piloted by Shard. Even has the same notes at the back. And like with any custom car, you cannot change the color. That front is still funky, if you ask me. Yeah. Well, that's one point of trivia that you have for Crimson Devil. So when you beat him, you get the actual Xeon colored car. Not the one from Wish.com. I'm kidding. Not the one that is piloted by Char, which was meant to be the perfect form. And painted red, because Crimson. But anyway, just like to say, that's it for this episode. The next episode would definitely be the last, because we only have 2 teams left to take down, which is Rolling Gals and Departures. Followed by, among the bosses, someone claiming to be White Charisma, Speed King, and Unknown are the only ones left. So we're almost there, guys. We're actually about to finish Importuner Challenge with our own predefined lore based on Speed Legend. But overall, I'm kind of happy with this. The difficulty, not so much. I'm disappointed with how the difficulty was so subpar and so low. But I would at least say the world building, the lore, the story. This is the most fleshed out Tokyo Extreme Racer title I have ever played story-wise. And I'm actually glad it got carried over to TXR 2025. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you have not been commenting about it here on live chat on the premiere. But anyway, guys, again, next episode would probably and definitely be the last for Importuner Challenge. We're about to close the book on this one. I'll still see if I would actually make one quick animation short just to tie in everything together. And you'll also see a unique thumbnail for the final episode as well. Until then, this is Miyogi saying see you guys on the next part.